I'm Elizabeth,
and we know better. Welcome
to the end of our July that nothing happened.
Yeah, we did say that we were going to come back as changed people, huh?
Nothing happened. No, did not actually meet literally negative bitches in Greece.
What else? Is there any other big moments of the trip you want to
no.
discuss? Okay. That's fine.
The family's off on a weird note, I would say, after, but I think we had a good time. I was reading fanfiction on an iPad the whole time, and Ange would not stop joking on me, because, like, most people you can download from AO3, which is where sophisticated people read their fanfiction. No one's reading Wattpad anymore. If you are, I'm judging you. Or you're 12, which is fair. But you can, like, download it to iBooks, right? But most people download it to their Kindle. So Kindle doesn't emit any light. It's like, you can turn up the brightness, but the whole idea is it's supposed to read like a book.
Right.
iPads are not like that. And I've been toying with getting a Kindle for a while because I have been reading an increased amount of fanfiction, and I can read it on my phone, but, like, the letters are slightly too small. But on the iPad, it's, like, they're slightly too big, and also you get, like, the face brightness.
Right.
So every night she would take a picture of me in the middle of the night, and you would just see me, like, full brightness, whole face lit up, and she would literally be like, and I know you're reading hardcore fucking porn.
Right.
You're reading porn on your iPad in front of everyone. Or, like, when we were laying out in the sun, I would just, like, have my iPad, and she's like, everybody's judging you for reading on an iPad right now. And I was like, but no one would say anything if it was a Kindle, if it was, like, a little bit smaller.
That's
but
true.
I'm not gonna pay $100 for a Kindle when I've already bought an iPad.
No, that's so real. I won't either. But I don't really read on my iPad anymore. Reading on my iPad or phone is last resort. I'd rather have a book, but...
Me too, but I had read People We Meet on Vacation. It was an Emily Henry book, and I expected it to be horrible, because Emily Henry, she wrote, in the year I moved, she wrote this book called Happy Place, and I had read it because it was popular, but she's a romance writer, and everyone has mixed reviews on her, but, like, I've heard pretty bad things in the sense of, like, similar to Colleen Hoover, where it's like, this is the most basic of the basic.
Sure.
But I bought Happy Place because I was skeptical, and I absolutely fucking loved it, and I was like, maybe I, misjudged her from TikTok, so I read one of her older books called Beach Read, the worst fucking book I've ever read. It was so boring, it took me forever to get through, and then she released another book, and I read that one, also great. So I was like, maybe she just had, like, a shift in her writing.
Yeah.
But People Who Meet on Vacation was one of the older ones, so I was nervous. But they already are making a movie, and Tom Blythe is going to be the guy, and so I was like, fuck it, I should just read it, because I know I'm going to go see the movie. Like, I just know that. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it wasn't great. Like, I will say the book, you would say this is millennial as fuck. Like, like, you would. And the girl is a little bit annoying, but because I was imagining the main guy, his name's Alex, as Tom Blythe the whole time, I was just imprinting this guy's personality on Tom Blythe's face, and I was like, yeah, I am in love with Alex Nelson is his name in the book, in a way that is concerning to Tom Blythe's safety. By the end, and also it was a perfect book to read on vacation, because the whole idea is it's these best friends, and every year they go on a vacation together.
Cute. And
that's how they fall in love over 12 years. Also, it takes them 12 years to get together, and I'm like, it would have taken me 6 months to fall in love with a man like this. 6 months tops! And I would have been like, okay, so, like, are we in love or not?
Yeah.
That's my issue with, I think I like the friends to lovers trope, and shits on it all the time, but then guess what her favorite romance movie is?
What?
When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, that's right.
The friends to lovers of all friends to lovers.
Yeah, literally.
No? But I think...
Definition of.
I think I find friends to lovers the most realistic to what could happen to me in real life / what I want to happen to me in real life. Because I eat up in enemies to lovers, but it's like, come on, I'm not going to meet anyone and we're going to be, like, mortal enemies and then we're going to fall in love. Like, that is for fantasy. Yeah, which is why it works so well with the genre. Mm-hmm. But, I think friends to lovers in the actual sense is what's most realistic to what's gonna happen to me, because I think I fall in love with people when I know. Like Nick, we were in the same friend group and such.
Right.
Peter I wasn't in love with. I just hooked up with him, but we were in the same major for 2 years.
True.
2-3 years. I don't know. Parker, we were in a class together.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like in those scenarios.
Yeah.
Where I was like friends with them first. I mean, me and Parker literally worked on a project, a whole scenario, and then a whole semester. I don't know why I thought the word semester was scenario. And then we got to the summer and I was like, well, yes, I need this man biblically. But like, that's the issue though. Because in the books, it's always like over years they like secretly want each other. That will literally, I cannot hide that shit.
Yeah.
Like, me and Parker have rarely talked about, like, if we ever talked about how we felt about each other, it was under layers of jokes and stuff like that. You know, we never had an actual conversation.
Sure.
But, like, it was fucking obvious how I felt.
Right.
It wasn't like a will they, won't they for 4 years. Like, it's like, no, he just does not want me.
Sure.
And it's been 4 years and I still want him.
Yeah, I think that is something that's hard for me to subscribe to as well. And, I mean, I do like the idea, but for me personally, I don't think... Because, like, in that idea of where it's, like, 12 years and you're growing to fall in love romantically with someone, I don't think it works that way for me. I think it just would grow our friendship stronger, but I don't think I can switch that into a love, because then I know all the bad about you, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to fall in love with the bad about you. Yeah. Maybe I'm crazy, but, like, it's just, like, no, I know everything about you, and I love everything about you, but... I'm not going to choose you to be a romantic partner.
Right. I guess for me, I think we are so far removed from getting to know someone before you start dating them, that to me, in my head, I'm like, friends to lovers is what is the most realistic and makes the most sense, because I don't subscribe to how modern dating is.
Yeah.
But that's because modern dating isn't, like, truly how dating should go / how it's ever been. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
It's not necessarily that I want to pine secretly after a friend I have for 12 years.
Right.
Etc. But it's like, I want to actually know you as a person, not just start going on dates and then, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
Or also just the fact that, like, dating apps, that's a stranger. It's like...
Yeah.
It's not technically meeting friends to lovers if I meet someone organically in a club or work or through a friend, and then we have romantic interest from the get, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
But I feel like that's kind of what it has become, the idea of friends to lovers as a trope, in some ways. How I see it in my head, because it's like, the alternative is... But also because I just, like, when the fuck is that ever gonna happen to me?
Sure.
Like, I don't know, and I feel like we have a pretty built-out friend group as well. Like, I don't find us very... seclusive as friends, and yet I'm like, what scenario are we ever gonna be in where I'm gonna meet someone through hanging out with us, or us going to do something where I'm gonna meet someone and I'm gonna be like, yeah, and I'm attracted to them and I'm gonna do something about that, or they're gonna do something, like, what the fuck, like a coffee shop, like a fucking Ren Fair, like, I just don't... I know, and I know for people, like, it just happens when you least expect it, quote, whatever,
right.
But I'm like, I just literally can never imagine a scenario.
Yeah, that's so true, but that is, like, before dating apps, that is how people met people, was through their friends. Like, if it was not the friends to lovers type thing, it was like, no, this friend is introducing this friend, but yeah, I just can't see a scenario where one of us is introducing to someone else, and then
or even we're all just all out at a group activity and we all meet a stranger and, like, something, because maybe I'm just antisocial though at this point, or I think all of us in general post-pandemic are some level.
Right.
But it's like, if a random stranger is gonna come up to me, like, we're at Ren Fair, and he's just like, oh, like, you're really cute, like, I saw you, I'd be like, okay, and you're fucking weird for that. Like, or I would talk to them, but it would be in my head a means to, like, an end to stop this small talk conversation with a stranger, because I don't enjoy it.
Fair enough. I wouldn't be opposed, but you'd have to be attractive, and that's kind of a hard feat. Like, I feel like, I don't know.
I know.
It's just not happening to me.
I've been having a crush out all day about David Cornsweat, because that's not real. That is not fucking real. I've literally been texting Erin, and she's she's super into DC, so I'm getting all of my Superman knowledge from her. She's been educating me on Batman and Batfam for, like, a year now.
Nice.
And then Emily, who's my friend from New York, we've been talking about it because she's also a fan, and we're just, like, thirsting. And it's because, like, he is a nerd in not a performative way and not a dude bro way. That does not exist in men. They're either doing it to perform, or they're doing it in a way where they think that they're better than all the women who like the same things. You know what I mean? Or they think they're, like, in some unique way. Like, no, I don't think I like anime in a way that's unique to fucking, that makes me unique or blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm liking it in the same fucking loser way that everybody else does. Because, like, I'm a nerd. Like, that's the point. You know what I mean?
Right.
And also on top of that isn't evil. And also on top of that is attractive. Because I think you can be a nerd in a genuine, innocent of soul way, but you're fucking ugly every time. Like, I am sorry.
Are you saying that? But you're a nerd.
Yeah. And I stand by that. And also, I'm not a man.
Okay,
this is specifically, I'm specifically talking about men.
Okay,
it's like they're either pure of heart,
I don't think that's true.
or they're ugly, or they're attractive. Because I just...
No, it's like the three. It's like, or you ever see like you sleep, social life, or work or something like that, and there's no way to balance them all, but it's like the same thing. It's like you can either be a nerd and attractive but you're evil, or you can be a nerd and you're pure of heart but you're ugly, or you can be...
And I also just don't even think that some of these like nerds that are attractive are evil per se, but if you are a nerd in a way where you're trying to mansplain Star Wars to me, or you think that it's so like unique and interesting that you are the only person who could ever understand the true meaning behind it, it's like, no, you're fucking, like, you're being, like, the gatekeeping... You're being
evil! I want to say it's evil, because to me it's evil. Men are
the gatekeeping of it. It doesn't have to necessarily be to a sociopathic, or, like, emotionally manipulative level.
I guess just, when I just say evil, it just mean, like, you are not, like...
I just think men are gatekeeping with a lot of it, you know? And I think 100%. That's rare to find a non-gatekeeping man who is not doing it in a performative way, like how men drink matcha now, like shit like that. JT drinks matcha. Oh, I'll circle back to JT in a minute. And on top of that, know what makes him even rarer? He's a theater kid. He's a straight theater kid. Well, maybe he's bi, but he is a theater kid who dates women.
Right.
A theater man who dates women and is a nerd and is attractive. Like, that is actually the rarest of rare species of men. I literally crashed out when I was watching The Royal Court and he was, like, a theater kid his whole life. I was like...
Aren't most actors, though?
Yes, but, like, Timothée Chalamet is a theater kid in the sense, like, he was doing... not Jesus Christ Superstar. He did Cherry Picker, I want to say. Like, he was the leads in the School Musical. Like, you know what I mean? I think not all actors, a lot, but not all actors grew up doing live theater, especially musical live theater.
Yeah,
which is, he did. And I was like, of fucking course. Because that also, like, that does make sense why he could be so pure of heart and good and attractive. But the thing is, that makes him even rarer, because when you get to that, like, if we check the boxes, like, right, nerd, he's a good guy, he's attractive, he's in musical, he grew up doing musical theater, I'm thinking you're gay, like, every time. It's even rarer that he dates women. Do you know what I mean? And I was literally like, it's not fair, because this is literally not real in real life. Like, there's no one like this in real life. That's just not how the world works.
Yeah.
It was making me upset.
Yeah, that's very valid, because then it goes even further. When they become all of that, of course they're always famous, because they have all these qualities.
Yes.
There's never like because if a real man, he's obviously a real man, but like a man out in the about with everything like that, they would just be famous. Like, you just can't find, because of course.
That's why my David Corn I was listening to the Broski Report, and that's why she was talking about it. So then I went and on my lunch break watched. I was listening to the podcast.
Report? Okay, she was talking about it.
And then I watched the Royal Court.
Yeah.
And then that just led me to thinking about Timothée Chalamet in a way, because he is also all of those things, and it literally makes me want to crash out. I've been in love with this man since I was 16 years old, and he is just literally, that it was like a full circle moment where I was just crashing about David Cornswet, and then I was rewatching Timothy on the Broski Report, and I was like, I need him in a way that is not fair. The clip of him when he's doing some sort of his press run for A Complete Unknown was crazy. I need to sit down and watch the movie. I watched Wonka. I gave it 2.5 stars. It was crazy in a way that I was like, I can't believe this is a kid's movie. Like, it wasn't inappropriate, but it was, like, so zany and outlandish, where I was like, is this, like, a real movie that they put out? Not in a bad... He was a great singer, and nothing about it was bad, but I was just like... my review was like, I'm flabbergasted. But
what a great word.
Now I need to watch A Complete Unknown. But my favorite from that press run was when he was... he always... When everyone asks him what movie snack, he's like, Milk Duds. I love Milk Duds. Choo, 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 choo. Suck up all the caramel. He's such a freak. Or if any interviewer asks him, if you weren't an actor, what would you be doing? He always tells them that he would be a lice picker. And you can, like, pull up the receipts. Like, there's multiple times where he said that.
Okay. Yeah, he does. He said, who did we say put all in a room? We said put him, Timothée Chalamet, Alex Kosani, Martin,
and Weston Corey.
And just all in a room.
Fight to the death.
Oh my god, like one of them has to be like non-freaky because like they just have like someone has to like be the neutral.
Oh, Martin and Weston
like...
would fold first in terms of that, 100%.
You think so?
Martin and Weston both already do that when they're around other YouTubers who are not receptive to the level. They lower their freak depending on how receptive you are. I feel like Weston would,
I think his anxiety would get to him for being in a room with Chalamet. I think he would absolutely he'd be like...
I think he would be silenced because of his fucking digital footprint involving there was literally years or months where he was like, chocolate and chocolate. Or he would start singing the no 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 no.
Yeah, just a bunch of freaks, but freaks like that
don't be existing in real life. Would win. Because the other three are influencers. Yeah. I mean, they all have... Or Alex Kasani, she has another job. She would be the last to crack. But I think they are so used to doing it in a performative way that they just would crack under the fact that Timothée Chalamet is just fucking like that. Like, right. Not that they all aren't fucking like that.
Right.
But, like, Timothée Chalamet isn't really on social media the way they are.
Yeah.
Like, he is making movies and, like, acting.
Yeah.
And, like, he's... I just ripped out my nose ring. He's, like, shutting down his acting personality, and, like, that's what's fucking left.
Yeah. Who is rich and wants to fund that? Because I would really be into watching that. Anyways. Okay, well, yeah. Well, your trip was beautiful. You had some great pictures.
Yes.
So that's good, even though not all of it was positive, I guess. I don't even want to say that, but... And you guys, nothing really happened with me. I didn't really do much. I went to Pride. I think that was technically after when we filmed, like the weekend after.
Yeah, it was.
So I went to Pride. That was nice. It was hot, but it was fun. I rode a mechanical bull. That was interesting. What else? I really can't think of much else that I've done. I've had a lot of weekends just sitting home and reading. And that's about it. So I hope you guys are really entertained by that, because we said we would come back being changed people, and...
I'm not changed. I'm a little bit more tan. But I don't even think really a crazy amount, to be fair.
I've been trying to tan a little bit. I guess I'm a little bit more tan, but... Yeah, nothing crazy.
I think you can see it in my face, but less so the rest of my body. I don't know. I don't really... I mean, I do get darker, but the problem is my undertones are, like, green/tan in general. So even when I'm, like, pale, I'm, like, pale tan.
Sure.
If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Except my stomach. My stomach gets white.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we had a Timothée Chalamet marathon on the plane ride home. But it was a short-lived marathon because we were on the plane for 10 hours and I didn't sleep well the first time, so I didn't think I was going to sleep. So me and my cousin were like, we're going to lock in. We watched Wonka. I had a migraine when it got on the plane, though, and that was really what killed the vibe. But we watched Wonka, and I was like, it was crazy. Like I said, it was fucking crazy. He milks a giraffe, like, hand on the teat at one point. It was...
Wow.
That was kind of, I was just like, I don't even really know what I'm watching right now, but hell yeah. And then we watched Little Women. Well, we rewatched Little Women. Little Women, have you seen it?
Which one?
2019. The newest with Timothée Chalamet.
No.
Oh, that's a crime. It is one of my favorite movies of all time, and there's a specific scene where, when Joe and Laurie first meet, where they're dancing outside of a house party, like, outside of the house, because, she had scorched her dress and he didn't know how to dance, and they're like, but we can still dance, like, by ourselves. And it is, like, one of my favorite scenes of film of all time. It always gives me that good feeling. I just love Little Women, the story in general. I love the book as well, but it is just such a well-done version as well. It's also essential viewing if you have sisters. My sister is an Amy to her fucking core in a way that makes me want to kill her sometimes, but I'm sure it goes vice versa. But that is my favorite of Timothée Chalamet's works, too. He is the perfect Laurie. He has ruined all other Little Women Lauries for me since I've seen it. I'm like, it does not hold a candle. That's how I feel about Pride and Prejudice, though, too. 2005 version. But... Then we watched that one, and then we tried to watch The Hangover next. Timothée Chalamet's not in that. That was, like, a pause to the Timothée Chalamet marathon.
Okay.
And we got, like, 20 minutes in, and I was like, my brain is pounding, and these idiot men are not helping. I did not find The Hangover very funny, which was crazy because I talked to my group chat of guys after I watched Grown Ups, and I found that incredibly not fucking funny, which sucks because I kind of thought Adam Sandler was funny, like, growing up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I remember watching those movies and finding it funny, but I was like, I don't even know how I was understanding the jokes they were making at the time. Like, what was I laughing at? I don't fucking know. But all their jokes was like, I hate my wife, I fuck my wife when she's sleeping, which is rape, and I want to fuck my friend's younger daughters. Okay, you're not very funny. That's not very funny to me.
It's very much man humor in a creepy way, because that's just how men are.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was told The Hangover was different and not in that vein. And it was in some ways. It was slightly racist, I would say. And not just, like, super funny, but Zach Galifianakis was funny. He was fucking crazy in that movie. But the only good thing, the redeeming quality of The Hangover, Bradley Cooper is so fucking hot. I did not know that. Like, at all. I knew he was dating, like, Gigi Hadid, maybe, and they have a crazy age gap, like, a few years ago.
If that's true, then they do.
They did date. I just don't know how long ago.
Then they definitely have a crazy age gap.
I knew that, and I knew he plays Rocket, the raccoon, in Guardians of the Galaxy. That's about it.
Have you seen Star is Born?
No.
With Gaga?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
I would recommend watching that, but it's really...
I already know what happens.
Okay, well then.
I watched someone review it, so I was like, well, now I don't have to watch it.
Very sad movie, so, but he's the leading guy in that.
Right.
And
but I think
they do well as opposites.
I didn't know what he looked like. And
sure.
He got out and I was like, whoa. He also plays a teacher in that. I was like, a literature teacher, like an English teacher. I was like, you're hot as fuck. He was hot. Which I don't know, I looked through the Letterboxd reviews and that's pretty much all everyone says about it too. They're like, I'm so glad they made a movie all about how hot Bradley Cooper is. I was like, I'm glad that nobody else also... I thought The Hangover was like one of the funniest movies ever.
To men.
Yeah, well, that's the unfortunate part.
Yeah.
The whole premise is that Zach Galifianakis roofies all of them without them knowing. I was like... And, like, yeah, they were mad about it, but I was, like, clearly not mad enough, in my opinion, because I don't find that very fucking funny. I think Zach Galifianakis, the character he was playing was funny, the way he acted and the things he would say.
Yeah.
Not the fact that he fucking roofied them.
Right.
And, like, they get over it way too easily. I don't know if I could go through with a wedding the next day with someone whose brother just fucking roofied me at my bachelor party. Like, I would have to have a serious conversation with her. I know they showed up just in time for the wedding or whatever, but, like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's quite insane. I don't think I've ever watched, but I think I know the whole story. But I don't really find an urge to. I don't know, if you guys have some movies that, like, are wildly upheld as comedic that by men, I want to say, and
because there's just not that many female comedies either.
Well, that's also true, but I just want, like, drop your recommendations. I don't want to see, because it's like, that's how it is. It's like men think these are really funny, and because men think they're funny, then they're regarded as some of the funniest movies of all time, and then they end up not being, because it's man humor, and I don't subscribe to man humor. So if there are any out there that are actually enjoyable, I think there's probably some that I've seen and I'm forgetting, but
yeah, it was definitely significantly funnier than Grown Ups. But that's because I found Grown Ups not funny at all.
Yeah, and
also none of their jokes were like, I want to fuck underage girls and I hate women. Right. I'm sure there were some jokes about women in there, but not, I guess the focus of, there was no jokes that the focus was like, I hate my wife, or I want to disrespect women. I'm sure there was plenty of distasteful jokes about women. It was a movie made by men. It was significantly funnier than Grown Ups. I laughed out loud at some points, but at the end I wasn't like, that was the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. But I think I'm chasing the high of Bottoms. Bottoms is the funniest movie I've ever seen in my life.
And there really isn't anything else like that out there.
No, nothing I've ever seen has held a candle to Bottoms at all level of funniness.
Have you watched anything else, Rachel Sennott?
No, my sister told me I should watch Shiva Baby, but it's a drama, I think, comedic drama maybe. I don't know, I think it tackles some heavier stuff at times.
Probably.
Which is why I've been not super keen on watching it right away.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair, but Might be some good in there, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a sign. Like I think there'll be more like Bottoms to come.
I agree
for sure.
I think Bottoms has solidified itself as a cult classic because
yeah,
like what David Cornswat said on Royal Court, cult classic is any movie that has an effect outside of either the actor that's in it or outside of like how it does upon like box office release, you know what I mean? If it does anything for a community outside of just the people who are going to see it in the box
100%.
office, if that makes sense. And I think Bottoms has solidified itself 100% because I didn't even hear about it until after it had already gone to streaming.
Yeah. I think probably the same. It was only until it was like a big phenomenon in the community, being the queer community, that it was like, oh, this is an essential viewing.
Yep.
And then, yeah.
In the same way, I feel like Rocky Horror bombed box office.
Right.
But it's become such a solidified cult classic because of the queer community.
Yeah.
Is like, everyone loves Rocky Horror, which is a shame it didn't do great in the box office. I think it's also great, but it's very offbeat.
Yeah, it's...
we need to rewatch it again when there's not people
movie.
screaming every, like, also 2 words. Because that was your first viewing when we went to see it
live. Yeah,
live.
maybe just a regular viewing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You say, like, outside of...
Yeah, outside of an actual show.
Or see someone put on the musical of it, because then you're getting the actual...
True.
As well.
That'd be fun.
But yeah, I don't think there's anything that holds a candle to Bottoms. I'm searching for funny movies. If anyone has suggestions, leave them down below. I'm trying to think of ones I've seen. I've seen Theater Camp. Io Adibri, she's the girl in Bottoms.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how to say her last name. Yes.
She is in that movie, minor role, but it is Ben Platt and the other girl that's friends with Rachel Sennett, and she's in The Bear. She's about to be in Ojai. Molly something. Her and Ben Platt are like the 2 main characters, and it's about a theater camp they run every year. It was pretty funny, but it wasn't knock my socks off funny. But I've seen that, and that was modern comedy. I'm trying to think of any other. I feel like I maybe should I watch, what is it called? Something Heat? The Heat, maybe? It has Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy. They did a comedy movie together.
I think people really like it, but sometimes Melissa McCarthy isn't that funny either. I'll say it, but I think that's not necessarily on her. I think she's a phenomenal actress. I think sometimes they just give her stuff that's not good. But I guess I've never seen it, and people do like it, so I don't know.
I was literally about to say the same thing. I feel like people don't talk very highly of Melissa McCarthy in terms of... Like, she's the solidified person in comedy, but I feel like she has a lot of haters, I guess, is maybe the better way to say that.
I'm not being a hater. I just think that I'm hating on people writing for her. I don't think she always has the best writing. She's a phenomenal actress. Like, she's so funny. She fully dives into all the parts that she gets. And, like, to the point where I'm like, oh, I can believe that she's that person. When she, like, plays this, like, in Bridesmaids, when she plays this, I don't even know how to describe him. This tomboy, I guess, essentially. And then the other movie that she does, I'm not good with actors' names, guys. But she plays, I think it's called Identity Thief. She plays that, and she is like, just like...
I think I've seen The Identity Thief, and I thought that was The Heat. Because I thought they were similar. But then I recently discovered they're different movies.
But she could, like, oh my god, she's, like, exactly the person she's trying to be, but just sometimes she's just not given the best quality of material, and that's really her downfall.
Do you know what I found funny? I found Bad Moms funny. I thought both of the movies were hilarious. Not anywhere near Bottoms level. I think Bottoms is just the closest to Gen Z humor that we've gotten in movies so far. 100%. I feel like right now we're in a wave of kind of millennials kind of finally getting the big ticket in Hollywood of being able to make things they want to make. So I think it's going to be a few more years before we're getting a influx of Gen Z. We get some Gen Z here and there, but I feel like the influx is millennials, like Benito Skinner making Overcompensating, which is the whole point is that it takes place in the 2010s. It's all very that's the whole point of the show. And that's why adults are playing college kids, because they're supposed to be making fun of the fact that it's 2010. Things like that. I feel like that sort of, is big. because all these people are getting old enough and having enough influence and career success where they can make these stories. But hopefully there'll be an influx of the Gen Z type humor, because
I think so. Caleb Herron keeps getting casted and stuff. I keep seeing him posting about all the stuff he's getting casted in. Apparently he's in The Devil Wears Prada 2.
Really?
He's gonna be in The Devil Wears Prada 2.
So I'm
gonna be excited for that.
Yeah. But I liked Bad Moms. Granted, I probably watched it like 6 or 7 years ago, so maybe it doesn't hold up.
Maybe rewatch.
But I watched Bridesmaids in the past year, and I didn't find it funny at all. Pitch Perfect.
Oh,
yes! I was like, there has to be one that we have all found funny.
Okay,
besides Bottoms in the past, you know what I mean?
Which is also though still millennial humor, but at the end of it though. And so that's like because we were growing up and it was made by millennials.
But obviously. I think it still holds up.
Oh, 100%. It's still a funny movie. Millennials can be funny, but it still doesn't take away from the fact it's millennial humor versus Bottoms is very much Gen Z. Yeah. So it's like two different kinds of humor, but it is like, no, like that's a funny movie for women. I'm not going to say it was directed by a man, but still it's like was specifically targeted at women. And it's just like past that, it's a cult classic. It's a great movie. And then they ruin it by doing sequels.
More. Yeah.
But the first movie, it's just genuinely so funny.
Yeah. I think there's parts in Pitch Perfect that I either don't find funny or were definitely in poor taste. But overall, I leave it being like, that was fucking funny, and I would watch it.
Right,
I mean, I have watched it like a billion fucking times.
Yeah. Yep. Well, and that's why I kind of get the millennial gang, because it's like the whole point of Fat Amy's character is that she's fat. That's why it's funny. And also the beginning scene, like just the very long puking scene.
Yep, that's literally what I was thinking of. I was like, the amount of puke, and when they fight at the end and that girl was rolling around in the puke. Oh, yeah. I don't find that funny. Pretty much everything else I find funny. But I also think Rebel Wilson also suffers from terrible writing as well, because I think she's funny.
It's a plus size woman thing, I think, because they really do.
It's like the joke is that she's fat and fucking everything. It's like, and that's, I mean, sometimes, you know, in that, what fucking movie did we watch that was like horrible? We watched it camping, and Dakota Johnson was in it. It was about being in your late 20s. She was in it, and she was very zany, and she was hot, and she had sex with people, so it wasn't, like, always about the struggles, because I feel like that's also a thing, the butt of the joke is, like, nobody wants me because I'm fat, so I'm, like, super funny, or I'm super one thing, or I'm super another thing, and I don't think it fed into that much, but it still fucking played on the fact that she was a fat person.
Yeah, it still had to...
Right, that was, like, the butt of the joke in a way. It did a little bit better, but, like...
Because it's like, oh, you wouldn't expect her to be fucking around because she's fat.
Exactly. That's why I think Lena Dunham's new show, Too Much, is so good, because it's not about that at all. Me and my friend were just talking about Too Much, and if we think that, with plus-size women or fat women in general, it's like, if they're gonna... I think there is a place for stories for... how they feel in terms of, like, struggling with how society feels about them, and stories about that, and how to persevere through that, or how to unlearn what society is telling you. There is definitely an importance to those stories, but not every single fucking fat person on planet Earth is dealing with that their entire life, or the crux of their story. Sometimes they're just fucking dating, and they're not thinking about how society doesn't want me because I'm fat, things like that.
Exactly.
And
I feel that, sorry, if you want to continue your thought, then you can go.
I was just saying, Too Much is the new show does such a fucking good job of the sense it doesn't talk about that at all. It's not about that. It's about her fucking she has this shitty, horrible ex-boyfriend who I want to shoot with a gun from hell. And it starts right when they break up, and she moves to London and says, fuck New York, like, I'm just gonna restart my life, and she meets a boy there immediately. And it's about how that past stuff is horrible, like, wrecking her new relationship. It's so fucking good. Lena Dunham, a lot of people hate her, and something that she said once that everyone, like, makes fun of her for, she said that, I'm the voice of my generation, millennials, is what she's talking about, because her first show, Girls, was super famous during that millennial period.
Yeah.
But she's fucking right. Like, unfortunately, she is correct. She is right. She is so right. And I was like, people... there are definitely good reasons to dislike her. I get that a lot of what she says is she can be fucking annoying. I mean, she literally addresses that in her show Girls. She is the main character. Her main character is a self-insert, and she also plays the main character, Hannah. And Hannah is so annoying the whole time. The whole time I want to fucking kill her. But if I had to self-diagnose myself with a character, I'm literally a true 100% Hannah. Is the worst. But there's plenty of reasons to hate her. She defended a rapist because she was like, I know him personally, he would never do that.
Oh.
Yeah, shit like that. But unfortunately, she gets the female experience, and she is making TV that is so fucking good. And I'm just like, I have to defend. Girls holds up the test of time, unlike Sex and the City. Well, I guess maybe we have to wait another 10 years for that fair comparison, but
yeah,
there's
I feel like I haven't seen it, but I already believe that there are some scenes that are maybe outdated.
Sure, but not in the level of Sex and the City.
No, of course not, but it also, Sex and the City came out 25 years ago, and give it a little bit more time.
True, but I mean, yeah.
I'm not saying that it will. I mean, Sex and the City is different, but just I think things are bound to become out of date as we grow.
I'm just trying to think of things.
People.
I don't know, but it's hard to think about the show because the whole thing is also just like a humiliation ritual, like watching girls and watching this show. But highly suggest, and I think that she does a fat character so fucking good because she just sees them as people, and that is so rare in movies and television and media.
Yeah. I feel the same way with the thread you were saying, where it's like a lot of times they make being fat your whole story, like that's your story. The same thing with queerness. I don't like, there's all, I would say, I'm not gonna say all, obviously not all, but most of the queer media out there I feel like is just about the journey of queerness, which is obviously very true and very powerful to a lot of people, but it's not all to us. Like, it's not just like that I'm queer, I'm also have other things to me, and that's why I don't always connect with a lot of queer media, because it's like, it's just, that's the whole story, but there's nothing else to it. But that's why Bottoms is so good, is queerness is a part of the story, but it's not the whole story. There's a whole different plot line going on.
Yeah.
And so I think it's just...
Yeah. They're both hard. It's hard to get that representation, because to get queer couples in media in general is fucking impossible, and for sapphic couples in general as well. Like, name one fucking sapphic couple where one of them doesn't die in the end, they tragically can't be together, it's fucking torture porn for literally no, like, tragedy porn for no reason. Or the one exception to that is Arcane, and in Arcane one of the girls is a fucking fascist cop. My sister is obsessed with Arcane and that couple right now, and she's always like, Kate Vi, like, I love them, they're so cute, they deserve you. And I'm like, the fascist cop? Like, unfortunately, ACAB includes the lesbians.
Have you seen what they call, like, the female version, or the lesbian version of Brokeback Mountain? What's its name? Something hard.
But Brokeback Mountain is another example, and not that the story isn't great, but why do we all, like, that's, I mean...
Well, it's a period piece.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, we love to make media where the gay couples can't be together.
Sure.
I mean, I guess can't be together is the whole point of a period piece, but just, like, it's always the tragic gays. That's a huge thing in anime couples as fucking well, that are men. It's like, you can't be happy. Someone's gotta fucking die. Someone's gotta die, or you can't be together, or someone turns evil, or it's,
Desert Hearts.
No, I haven't.
I've just gotten it recommended to me, obviously, because I love Brokeback Mountain, but, I mean, it is also a period piece in that they're not supposed to be together, and they are learning in the queers, but I believe they do end up together. So
but yeah, just, like, something, like, happy would be nice, but I think that's why we don't get the casual, like, you're queer, and there's also, like, that's not what the fucking whole story is about, the journey of accepting your queerness or being comfortable in it, etc., etc. Like, we can't even get a fucking couple that we're not fucking a villain and a hero and we're gonna kill each other, or I'm gonna die in the end, or you know,
right.
It's like, come on, man. That's why I really like Heartstopper. It is a story about, yes, it is a story about queerness, because the second Charlie is just a part of him, but Nick, it's about him discovering that he is queer, and that's how they get together. Right. But a lot of people don't like Heartstopper because they're like, it's so cringe, like, because they but it's about kids who are, like, 15 falling in love. And a lot of people are just like, it's stupid, and, like queer people are allowed to have sex and stuff like that. But it's like, it's a happy story about two 15-year-olds falling in love. And as the story is progressing, and they're, like, getting older, they are, like, having sex and starting to do sexual things for the first time. But it starts when they're, like, freshmen in high school.
Sure, yeah.
It's, like, also, like, when I was dating, I didn't date... till I was when did I start dating Nick? When I was 17? I started dating when I was 17, and we didn't have sex for 6 months. Like, I feel you're all losing the plot. Like, in high school, it's not 100% normalized to just start fucking right off the bat. Like, there is some... It's such a good story just about adolescence and coming of age in that time, but everybody hates it because they're like, it's so cringe. Like, why do we want... I'm like, this is why they're killing all of the gays in every fucking media ever, because y'all hate it. We can't just be cute, and we can't all just be cute. We can't be cute and have British accents and say, like, dumb shit to each other. Like, please, I'm begging you. Yeah. And also, that show also gets into pretty dark themes and shit. Like, we're still suffering in hell. We're still the tragic gays. Highly suggest them. I love that show. That show also does a good job of, including all different types of queerness and couples and stuff like that. I mean, the main couple is a gay couple, but one of them's bi, one of them's gay, and, like, they're friends, they're lesbians and stuff like that, and, like, you get a lot of perspectives. I really like it. I sing its praise. It's just a good love story. It's a love story in the way where it's, like, when you watch, like, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, or, 10 Things I Hate About You, where you're just, like, they're so cute, and you're, like, by the end, you're, like, feral at the bit, and you're, like, you need to get together! That's how every time I watch Heartstopper, I literally am like, love is real, and I'm gonna find it, or I, like, run around my room, like, all excited when they're, like, about to kiss, I'm like, oh my god! Shit like that.
Yeah. That's what we need some media representation, because we're not getting this in our real life, obviously. So let's move on to advice. So a question that that we were asked was, when is it a fair time to fart in front of your partner? And we kind of covered this in one of our first few episodes, but the answer is, as soon as you gotta let one rip. You know what? Yeah, as soon as you gotta let one rip. And I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna stand on that, but I know not everyone agrees with that, because a lot of people think that farting is genuinely gross. And I guess I'm not gonna,
but I think if you
hate
are
on those
a person
people
who doesn't feel that way, then you should, like, feel comfortable, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, if you're, like, a person that doesn't feel that way.
Because you are a person who doesn't feel that way, then your answer is completely 100% correct.
Yeah. I'm just, like, saying that out, because I bet if you feel that way, then maybe you don't want to, like, you don't want to do that around your partner. I guess maybe why you would be asking. I'm just calling it out to those people that I acknowledge that those people are out there that think farting is genuinely gross, and I'll say, don't come around me. Don't come around me, because, I mean, it's gross in an extent, like, don't fart on me, that's not funny. Like, don't make farting as a joke, like, farting on command, I don't think that's funny. But I also, like, it's a natural body function, and if you gotta fart, you gotta fart.
Yeah.
And what about it? And so I think it kind of goes to, if the person is for you, they should, be there for all of you, and that includes the bodily functions that you have to do. So if they are genuinely, you fart because you let one out and you're like, oh my god, that's so embarrassing, which it can be embarrassing, I guess, but, like, stand on that shit. But if you do that and they're like, ew, what the fuck, like, in a non-joking way, like, serious, then they're not the one for you, because they don't want to see the bad parts of you, I guess.
I also think, I guess, you need to, like, have someone who matches, like, the compatibility, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I could date someone who was farts are really nasty, don't ever do that around me. Like, I literally have Crohn's disease. Like, there's gonna come up... I understand respecting someone's boundaries, but that's why I'm saying just in the end, I feel like we wouldn't even work out, because there's gonna come a point where that's not gonna be able... I'm not gonna be able to respectfully leave the room. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Right. Like... They
also are not gonna be able to handle being around Ginge.
Yeah, real.
Because she's the fart queen.
True.
And maybe it's a good tester, like, you want to test your compatibility, fart in front of them, and see, like, what's their reaction gonna be.
Yeah.
Cause, yeah, I don't think, I mean, I guess that's when you're comfortable, cause I get, like, it being, it's still, like, a thing that you're taught to be embarrassed about, and, like, maybe you want to hold it in, but don't give yourself a fucking stomachache over it.
Right.
Just let it go.
Exactly. Right, like, I'm not saying, like, as soon as you feel, like, the inkling to just let it rip as loud as possible, but, like, that's exactly what you said, like, it's not really to be funny or whatever,
no,
like, but, like, if you have to do it, then that should always be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. Here's what mine says. How do I bridge the gap between friendly conversation to, hey, I'd like to fuck you? And in parentheses, this says, unfortunately, this is about a straight white male we're talking about. And to that, I have to say, then what are you confused about? Because I fear that is the demographic that is the easiest transition of you don't even have to transition. Mm-hmm. Like, you can literally be like, hey, how are you? Also, I want to fuck you. And men would go feral for that because, one, straight white men, cis men, are the straight white cis men are the easiest demographic ever. Right. 2, men love when you're very, like, direct and, like, because also most men are little fucking bitches, like, they just are, like, especially in bed. The more, in my opinion, the more macho the man, the more, they want to be fucking beat up, thrown around, and during sex in bed. Mm-hmm. So, like, confidence is sexy universally. Yeah. Just, like, I'm interested. I guess.
Maybe it's like an anxiety standpoint.
Yeah, like a rejection or just like to be too. I feel like that's the thing we always fall in. Like, I don't want to be a creep.
Yeah, but towards a man. But I still get it. But like towards a man. Yeah. You're not going to creep them out, most likely.
I would just say directness is better than making a joke about it, because I don't think a straight white man is smart enough to understand an innuendo. And I also feel like that is something I get stuck on when I'm trying to flirt. It's like if I'm being too unserious, it's like the true intention is not translating well, you know, in the sense of... So, and also, I don't know if you're trying to date this person, maybe that would make it more nuanced, but if you're just trying to fuck... Just send it. Because the worst thing they can say is, no, I don't want to fuck you, and then you don't fuck.
Yeah, and then you're like, what the fuck is wrong with them? It's like, literally, like, it's not about you. What the fuck is wrong with them?
Like, the worst thing they can be like is, oh, I'm not, like, interested. And, like, maybe they'll say you're weird to their friends or whatever. But, like, at that point, you're never going to see them again if this is someone you're just trying to fuck.
Right. I think, you don't have to necessarily come out straight with, hey, I'd like to fuck you, if, like, that's not your thing and you get anxiety about that, but... Like, just be direct and be
hey, do you want to come over sometime?
If you're the one to make the move, trust that the straight white men are going to follow. Like, if you just, like, even the inkling, like, you just, like, putting your hand on their arm, they're like, oh, okay, lock in. Like,
that's what, yes.
They will follow immediately. Ask, they're like dogs.
Yes.
Like, you just gotta show the command. Yes. And then they're like, okay, I know where to go from here.
Yes. Yeah, just say, like, hey, like, do you want to come over my place sometime?
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 a man... Okay, 10 times out of 10, a man is at least thinking about the possibility of sex.
Yeah, yeah.
100% of the time.
Right,
I don't even doubt.
It's always
even if it's not their intention, it's in their mind.
Yeah. Don't all straight men, like, picture their... Like, you said you guys have been friendly, but picture fucking all their friends.
Oh,
like, all their female friends.
Do you want to know something? I picked a fight with Kevin when drunk on the cruise, actually, about the same exact thing. Because Kevin once told me, he said, you are the only female I've ever been friends with that I have never been attracted to or wanted to fuck. And I was like, and, like, I said this to Alyssa, because Alyssa was trying to tell me, like, she was like, yeah, you guys are best friends, but I bet if you brought him on a family vacation, something would happen, or you guys would date, like, it's just inevitable, like, you guys are gonna do something eventually, like, if you continue being friends. And I was like, that's literally not the case. He literally told me I'm the only female friend he's never felt sexual or any type of attraction to. And she was like, so he thinks you're fucking ugly? And I was like, wait, because that's so true. What the fuck? And I texted him, and I literally bought an hour of Wi-Fi on the cruise to be like, so you think I'm fucking ugly? Like, you think I'm ugly and disgusting, and you don't, like, why don't you want to fuck me? I'm actually mad about this now. And he was like, you are, like, one of my closest human beings. Yeah. I'm sorry I don't see you as a sex object. Right. And I was like, no, you should! I'm mad at you now! Like, I was being ridiculous.
Yeah.
But also... Even now, I don't feel that way about Kevin in the least either. Mm-hmm. And he's like, we're dogs, like, we're meant to be, like, siblings and shit, like, that's why I don't see you that way. And I'm like, you have to just, I literally wouldn't leave him alone, and I was like, you have to tell me I'm objectively attractive. Like, you please just tell me. Because I was literally losing my mind. I was like, why don't you? Like, why? Why have you never? Every other person we've been in friend groups where there's, like, multiple girls and such, especially freshman year, and he's had crushes on all of them. like, life-consuming where he's like, I'm gonna have babies with this person, I'm in love with them. Even now, one of my freshman year friends, maybe I won't name drop them and associate Kevin with the whole thing, but one of my freshman year friends who I'm still really, really close to her to this day, he'll always be like, oh, she was the one who got away. And I'm like, so you think I'm ugly and you hate me? Mate, shit. Now maybe I'm gonna have to hit the non-me nation. I'm gonna have to hit up Bradley and JT and be like, so do you think I'm ugly because you don't want to fuck me? Like, what is going on?
Oh, you don't know that.
I mean, me and Nick, our biggest fight when we were dating was I told him, before me and Nick started dating, okay, Nick brought this into the relationship. It's not my fault. He asked me when we were still friends, he said, can you rank us objectively who you think is the most attractive? And I said Bradley was number 1. And for the rest of the relationship, whenever we would fight, he's like, you're gonna break up and you're gonna go fuck Bradley Rustin. And I would be like, okay, and what about it? He found out we were friends and he lost his mind.
That's funny.
That's actually the funniest and most hilarious revenge that I could have gotten. Not that I'm fucking Bradley Rushton or that I'm going to, just to clarify.
Does he watch the pod?
If I told him to, he would. He's watched a few episodes. JT watches every week, and I'm sure he'll bring the news to Non-me Nation when he hears this. I'm not trying to fuck Bradley Rustin. Let's be clear. We're friends. But the fact that we are close friends post-Nick is hilarious outcome.
Yes. Very.
But I ranked Nick too, so I was just being honest. I didn't think me and Nick were going to date.
Never mind. I was gonna say.
I didn't think me and Nick were gonna date because my friend Maggie was like, he's interested in someone else. So I had started hanging around his friend group because Maggie was dating one of the guys in the friend group, and I started hanging around with them because I was trying to get with Nick. But then she told me that, and I was like, so he doesn't want me. Fast forward, he did. So like, whatever. Sorry. But it's true. Bradley is the most attractive one that came out of them. And then he had a glow up when he went to college, and now he's even more attractive. So, actually, Alyssa also pissed me off. We got in an actual fight because she kept being like, so, like, when are you going to give me Bradley's number? Like, I meant for him. And I'm like, no, I'm gatekeeping him. Like, sorry, I'm gatekeeping him. I don't give a fuck.
That's valid. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll get into my must recommend. My must recommend is to get someone to clean your apartment or your place. I hired a house cleaner, guys, because I'm literally so lazy and I'd rather pay to have my problems go away than fix them myself, and that includes like the emotional tax of cleaning. And so I paid someone to clean my house, and it was the best money I ever spent. Because I don't know what's wrong with me, why I can't clean. Well, I mean, like, basic level, I can, like, pick stuff up, but, like, the apartment I have cats, so I have cat hair everywhere, and then it's, like, it just never feels like it ends, and you need to dedicate a good amount of time to it, and I just don't want to do it. I don't want to. And so I paid someone else to do it, and I was like, you know what? Fuck yeah, that was awesome. I don't care that I'm spending money on something that I could do myself. That was fucking awesome. So I recommend that if that's something that's really hard for you and you have the financial means to. Maybe you can pay, like, it doesn't need to be like a service or someone, just like
a friend.
Pay a friend that, like, would be willing.
Pay Ange. She would be willing. Oh, she loves it. Yeah, no, I feel that because I got home and I realized how I left my apartment a mess, and I was like, this is the worst.
Yeah.
Because I was already crashing out when I got home, and I had to wake up early the next day for work, and also my clock is fucked. I've been going to bed at 9:30 p.m. That's why when you've been texting me, I know, but I've been waking up at 7 easy. But that's why when you've been texting me and I'm not answering, I'm dead asleep. Like, I'm dead to the world. We got me and Isabel left the theater at 9 exactly yesterday, and I literally told Isabel, I was like, I'm tired, like, I need to go to bed, like, I need to go to bed.
A trip to Greece fixed your sleep schedule. Let's see how long that lasts.
Yeah. Probably not through this weekend, because we're going out tomorrow. My must recommend, because I feel like I touched on both of them already, when I sat down, I was like, I'm going to talk about Timothée Chalamet, but then we already did. Then I was going to talk about Too Much, but I already did. Conan Gray released a new song. His new album's coming out in a week or in August. He already released a song called This Song. It was so fucking good, but he released, and it was a music video, and he released a second single called Vodka Cranberry, and is fantastic. I can't stop listening, and the music video is a part 2, so it's like the couple's getting together, now they're breaking up. Oh, it's so good, and it's so Wolfstar coded. If you're a Marauders fan, it's like, I know this man knows he's Sirius Black. I know he knows, because there's just no way he would add all those things in the music video if he didn't know. But, like, every time I turn on my music, it's boom boom, those 2 songs, 1, 2, and then I branch out to other things. So
cute.
That's my must recommend.
I've even heard that a bit, and it sounded good. Okay, you guys. that was our miraculous change.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Should I name the episode, like, We Are New People?
Yeah, and then because everyone's expecting it, and then we're very much not.
Yeah. Follow the socials, though, I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
We Know Better Pod everywhere except on TikTok. It's 2 Ds. For my Instagram, it's elizabethrosepenabrown, all spelled out. And then my TikTok is edgyliz. Morgan is morgcooper2020 on everything. Mm-hmm. And hit the advice link. I mean, we actually got a good influx. I didn't think people were responding, which is why I've been pushing it so aggressively as of late. But I think we had a pretty good turnover. But still, we have the advice link if you want us to tell you how to ask a white, straight man. Because that's what we're all about all the time, clearly. If you want to ask us how to fuck one, sure. Hit our line.
Yeah, interact on those socials, guys. We've... Our clip of Alvin and the Chipmunks talk went well.
We were up and now we're back down again, I feel.
It's been pretty, like, average. But I feel like we are, like, garnering a community. We are, like, I'm specifically talking about TikTok because I think that's, like, where our biggest gathering occurs. Like, getting people to, like, follow and interact and be interested in the content. So even though it's slow growing, it's still very interesting. But anything you guys can do can help. Because I don't know if those people are actually then turning to watch the podcast. Probably not. But...
no, definitely comment on everything. Comment on all the episodes. Comment crazy things. You should just comment and be like,
act like you don't know us and that you're strangers. That would be better.
yeah, exactly. Even if you do know us. Or maybe, in this comment, maybe we should all troll my ex-boyfriend Nick, and we should be like, Bradley Rustin's the hottest person in the friend group. Or Elizabeth was right, Bradley be number 1. That would be funny. If everyone could comment actually in the comments how hot Bradley Rustin is, you know that would be hilarious, and I'll show him once you guys all comment. I won't say anything, and then I'll pop out with a ton of strangers being like, he's hot as fuck.
I'm going to give a specific shout out to one of our biggest supporters, Ashlyn, because she loves
I love when she comments.
She will write 3 comments and they're all like thirsting over us. So thank you, Ashlyn, as usual. Thank you.
Yes.
But yeah, guys, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.